What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel.
The truth.
So for those that don't know me, my name is Tim McIntosh. I am a professional volleyball player, currently playing my second professional season in Innsbruck, Austria for Hippo Tirol volleyball team. And I'm also a libero on Team USA's national team. So just wanted to give you guys a little recap of the season. We are now in the final series. We only dropped 2 matches the entire season, one being in the last round of playoffs, the semifinals, which was a best of 5 series. And now we're headed into the final series, which is best of 7. It's already been a very long season thus far, and this next series is also going to be very long, being best of 7 matches, obviously. The past 3 weeks we haven't been playing, so we've had ample time to prepare as a team for this final series, and we're looking to win the league again. This year would be the second year in a row that the club has won the league, last year being the first in a long time after they rebuilt the team to compete in the first division of the league. So we're looking to make it a two-peat and take home the gold. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A as promised. I took some of your questions that I got on Instagram, and I'm going to be answering them here on this video. So let's begin. Okay, our first question is from Denise. What's your plan for the summer 24 with the national team? Any prep camps for the Olympics? Yes, and that will be my short answer. I will be back with the national team this summer, so that's very exciting. Next question is from Christian780R. Is there anything in the States you miss? I miss the variety of foods that we have in the States. You know, here in Europe, it's very much, well, here in Austria specifically, it's very much a meat and potatoes diet. There are some sushi spots, which I am absolutely floored about because I love sushi. But yeah, mostly the food. Next question is from my buddy Terrell Hightower. What was the hardest thing about transitioning from college to pro volleyball? So the hardest thing was just picking up the speed of the game. You know, I got into the national team gym, which was a whole other world of volleyball for me. The speed of the game is just so fast, and it's the same level of play over in Europe as well. So just adjusting to the speed of the game, trying to hone in on my eye work and my reading of the game. Yeah. Next question is from nice.ollie. What's the most difficult part of being a libero? So I would say the most difficult part about being a libero is the mental aspect of the game. You know, as a libero, you don't have many jobs on the court other than passing, defense, out of system setting. And when those areas aren't going great for you, it's really easy to get down on yourself and easy to get very self-deprecating, you know, like you're not contributing, you're not doing your job. So that takes a toll mentally. At least that's what it's been like in my experience when I've struggled during matches. But I feel like as a libero, you bring so much more to your team other than those aspects of the game. You're celebrating the achievement of others, and it's really important to be a great teammate in this role on the court. And I feel like that can be a difference maker even when things are going poorly for you or for your team. So as a libero, if you can remain positive, remain uplifting, and contribute well with your communication, with your celebration, with your hyping up of your teammates, I guess, then that'll make all the difference for you. Next one is from Brett_Wildman. Who is the best roommate you have ever had on a trip? I don't expect a biased answer at all. Obviously you, Brett, you're the best roommate. Oh, and Jake Haynes. Shout out Jake. The next question is from my buddy Ray. Is scouting a big thing for you? If so, how do you use it? So scouting, I would say, is an important part of the game. It's very important for me, just trying to get an idea of what the hitter's tendencies are, what the server's tendencies are, and how we can, as a group, work together to stop the opponent's offense or control the serve of the other team. Next question is also from Ray. How do you manage your time? So overseas, we have a lot of downtime. We typically, a training day looks like a weightlifting session in the morning. Then we have all day basically to relax. And then in the evening, around 6 or 7 o'clock we'll have a 2-hour training. So in between then, I will either watch a couple episodes of The Office, I will journal, I'll pick a time to call my family. It's pretty easy to manage my time. I also have time to work on my YouTube channel as well. So next question is from Chris.K317. It's a good question. Have you been a lib your whole career? No, I have not. So I started out my career, I was planning to be an outside hitter or an opposite. I started out playing those 2 positions in club, but I had 0 ball control. So my club director, my coach, decided to move me into the middle where I played 6 rotations. So fun fact about me, I used to play middle at 6 feet tall. Question from Saeed_Nabil. Stand still on defense or do a split step, and why? So for me, I like to do a split step just because I feel like it gives me a good foundation to make quick and efficient lateral movement. So right before contact, I'll do my split step, and then I feel like I'm in a good balanced position in order to react to any ball that I may need to in any direction. Question from Mikey D_2007. What did you first think about volleyball? So the stigma in the States about volleyball is that it's a women's sport. And that's also what I thought starting out. And then I started playing volleyball, and then I watched our national team compete in the Olympics over the summer of 2016. And from then on, I had this immense love for the game. It was powerful, it was dynamic, it was exciting. Yeah. How old are you? I'm 26 years old. A question from Boba_Zook. How did you come over that mental block? When I get in a mental block, I take a moment to reflect and try to reset my mindset back into a positive way. If I'm on the court and I'm having some sort of mental issues, I make sure to communicate outwardly to try and build confidence within myself and within my teammates, knowing that I'm still present and that I'm going to try and get the job done. If it's after practice and I find myself going home with negative mental energy, I like to take a walk, I like to journal, and just reflect on how I can be better the next day or the next couple trainings. One of my friends, Cameron Branch, actually offers mental skills training, so a lot of times I'll connect with him and try to evaluate my mindset and find good strategies and ways to bounce back after a tough performance. I'll link his website down below if you're interested in working with him as well. He offers good mental skills trainings as well as resources for sleep, hydration, and nutrition. So check him out at Branch Sports Performance. Question from Silas Dit. How did you get started playing professionally after college? So after college, I didn't get a contract right away. I had to stay in the States and play in the Volleyball League of America, the VLA. For those that don't know, it's a semi-professional league here in the United States, where a lot of guys out of college that may not have a contract to play professionally overseas will particularly play. I scoured the internet looking for clubs to potentially play for. I reached out to agents all across the world and clubs all across the world, and luckily I was able to find an agent who was also able to get me my first professional contract. More details can be found at the website below. I wrote a whole article about it and will be making a video soon about going pro, so stay tuned for that. Question from my friend Christian Rod. Positioning on serve receive. So it will depend on the server, I think. If you have a guy blasting the ball at you, like we do in the national team and some of the guys that are serving overseas, we are almost standing at the end line and then coming into the court to receive some of those balls. But on float serves, we're relatively short in the court, a couple meters away from the 3-meter line, and then we move accordingly. So it'll all depend on what the server's tendencies are, how fast they're serving the ball, and where they're putting the ball. Are you scared that you'll be bored when you retire from professional volleyball? No, I don't think that I'll be bored at all, to be honest with you. I look to get into coaching once I'm done playing, which I've had experience doing already. I've been coaching at the club level in the United States for like 4 or 5 years. So I was coaching since I was 18. And then I also got experience coaching at the collegiate level, where I was an assistant coach at my alma mater, Sacred Heart University. And then I was promoted, I guess, to the associate head coach there. So I am definitely planning on sticking around the game. And yeah, favorite movie? Harry Potter. The entire series. Favorite. Question from A. Gloria. When will you be trying out for The Voice? So, funny story, I actually auditioned for The Voice before via their video auditions, and I didn't hear anything back from them. So, will I do it in the future? Maybe. But at the moment, volleyball is my #1 priority. But just for you and Aggie, I will try out one more time. How does it feel that so many people in Florida look up to you for how late you started volleyball? It's a very humbling thing to think about, the amount of people that are looking up to me as I navigate my own volleyball journey. You know, I didn't really have any role models to look up to, being an African American man, and in the sport of volleyball you don't see many Black people playing. So for me, I try to do what I do to be the blueprint for younger kids that look like me, and provide them some hope and some reassurance that it's possible as long as you set your mind to it and work hard. Alright guys, and that was the Q&A. Thank you guys for submitting your questions, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Peace.